One of the new updates we have with our version 4 of our portal application is around being able to set and manage your approval delegates through the portal. So this was a functionality that did exist previously in the CMS but hadn't been incorporated into the service portal yet. We've kind of added it as part of our application. So if I go to, say, my settings, I'm impersonating right now Fred Luddy because I do want to have him add me as an approver, as a delegate. So you'll see a section here, and this is only going to show up, and I'll show you in a second where the code is. It's only going to show up for users that have approval user role or greater. So users who can actually perform approvals would have this manage delegates section. And so it's a pretty simple interface. So I can basically say add new, choose a delegate. Right, and if I don't choose anything in here and I try to do submit, it's going to not let me kind of submit that. If I hit X, it's going to kind of not add a blank one, so there is some functionality there. But I can go and choose from the name repository, go find my name, add that in here, do a submit, adds me as a delegate. If I want to edit the dates on it, I can come back in here and change the start date to maybe earlier. Change the end date to be something sooner, later, etc. I can do that and save that and make those adjustments. If I want to remove it, there's an X over here to remove. Right, I can kind of leave that the same. And so then what happens then is if I were to go back to my own impersonation, and if I were to go under the My Approvals section of the portal, what you'll find is that I'm now seeing items in here awaiting approval for me. And most of these are for records where Fred is listed as the approver. So I can in essence do the approvals on his behalf. And the approve and denies do work. Right, so I can indeed approve this. It's going to check whether or not I'm one of the allowed approvers based off of the delegates, perform those approval activities. So just to highlight again the rules behind this managed delegates, so if I open up the widget in the widget editor, if you look through here, you'll see an option here to can manage delegates to false. So if it's the user's profile that I'm editing, and I've got the approver user right, then it shows that in here. There's also some checks in here to make sure that I can indeed make updates to that sysuser delegate table. So if we haven't authorized our application to make updates to that table, it's going to kind of turn that feature off. So this is just making sure it can indeed make those updates. And then the bulk of that is then is kind of managed through some as far as the code goes. We look at the user, the little modal or dialogue that you get to interact with the form is defined in this template, the new delegate template. And this is where you can see it handles both the edits and the news, and will display the various fields. Kind of loop through the different delegate fields, show your submit button to basically add a new delegate, do that submission of that, and then kind of do the close or cancel activity for edits. So that's kind of the that's kind of the gist of that functionality in terms of being able to go in and manage your different delegates and be able to set the dates and times and do that from the profiles page. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks.